Hello, you're watching the news from Bahrain International with Samar Ajawi. The Minister of Transportation and Telecommunication, Mohammed bin Thamar Al-Ka'bi, participated virtually in the Information and Telecommunication Ministerial meeting of the non-aligned movement countries in Azerbaijan. The minister participated at the invitation of Doreen Bogdan Martin, Secretary General of the International Telecommunication Union, ITU. The meeting spotlighted the participants' views on cooperation between countries in the field of information and communication technology, ICT, and highlighted potential measures for the effective implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. The Minister of Transportation and Telecommunication underlined the importance of developing the ICT infrastructure as one of the pillars for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals and improving the quality of life. The Minister pointed out Bahrain's success in developing ICT infrastructure through key initiatives that reflect the Kingdom's strategic trends aimed at supporting economic development and braving future challenges to this vital sector. The Health Minister, Dr. Jalila bint Sayyid Jawad Hassan, met with the World Health Organization Regional Director for Eastern Mediterranean, Dr. Ahmed bin Salim Al-Mandhari, on the sideline of the 76th session of the World Health Assembly held in Geneva. The minister commended the role played by the regional office and the level of cooperation and joint coordination which contributed to achieving and highlighting many successes and priority health projects and programs. The minister stressed the importance of cooperation with the regional office in order to maintain the level of comprehensive health coverage, enhance preventative plans and chronic and communicable diseases, and limiting their spread. The World Health Organization official Dr. Ahmed Al-Mandhari commended Bahrain's efforts and pioneering model it presents at the regional and global levels, in line with the latest global developments in the health field. The Chief Executive Officer of the National Health Regulatory Authority, NHRA, Dr. Mariam Azbi Al-Jalahma, has been granted the Nelson Mandela Award for Health Promotion. The World Health Organization conferred the prize on Dr. Al-Jalahma in recognition of her efforts in promoting health over the past 30 years. The award distribution ceremony was held on the sideline of the WHO 67 General Assembly in the presence of the health ministers, heads of state delegations, and participants at the United Nations Palace in Geneva. During this ceremony, the WHO Director General, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, presented the award to Dr. Al-Jalahma in the presence of the President of the World Health Assembly. In her speech, Dr. Al-Jalahma stressed the importance of continuing work to promote health and well-being in communities. The Health Minister, Dr. Jalila bint Sayyid Jawad Sayyid Hassan, congratulated Dr. Al-Jalahma on receiving the prestigious prize, which is granted to prominent personalities who have contributed to the promotion of the health sector at the national and international levels. The Kingdom of Bahrain underlined the importance of ensuring the protection of civilians in armed conflict by complying with the international humanitarian law and international human rights law, adopting a comprehensive and coordinated international approach, and investing in achieving sustainable development and peace. The stances were made by the Bahrain ambassador and permanent representative to the United Nations, Jamal Al-Ruwa'i, in New York during a UN Security Council open debate on the protection of civilians in armed conflicts. Addressing the session, Ambassador Al-Ruwa'i pointed out that the ongoing conflict around the world are the main factor for the high levels of food insecurity. He also said that Bahrain had welcomed the signing of the Jeddah Declaration of Commitment to protect the civilians of Sudan by the representative of the Sudanese Armed Forces and those of the Rapid Support Forces, whereby the two sides pledged to protect civilians and facilitate their movement and access to humanitarian and medical aid. Al-Ruwai'i reiterated Bahrain's backing for the initiatives aimed at protecting civilians and limiting the effects of armed conflict on their lives through the development of preventative measures in order to ensure the survival, security and dignity of the civilian population during armed conflict, and would meet the aspirations of the peoples of the world for security, peace, stability and development. The Kingdom of Bahrain cemented new rankings on the Logistics Performance Index 2023 published by the World Bank as the most improving country in the GCC, ranking second in the Arab world and 34th globally, climbing 25 positions since 2018. Owing to the milestone projects and initiatives delivered within the logistics sector across the last year, Bahrain advanced 58 positions on the Timeliness Sub-Index to reach second in MENA, 10th globally, in view of the least aviation import dwell time on average. Moreover, Bahrain ranked first in the GCC in terms of minimal number of delay observations in import and exports. The logistics sector is a priority sector under the Kingdom's Economic Recovery Plan, which aims to position Bahrain as one of the 20 top global destinations for logistics services and increases the sector's gross domestic product contribution by 2030 to 10%. Launched in November 2021, the key pillars under the four-year logistics services sector strategy 2022-2026 are backed by strategic initiatives which focus on reviewing the laws and regulations, developing infrastructure facilities, enhancing policies and procedures, providing incentives for investors, and promoting investment opportunities, all while strengthening regional and international engagement. Gulf Air, the national carrier of Bahrain, welcomed the second batch of candidates for the Pioneers Leadership Development Program, which aims to enhance the capabilities of the company's future leaders. The Gulf Air Chief Executive Officer, Captain Walid Al-Alawi, received the candidates who currently hold managerial roles across 8 divisions. He stressed the importance of the program, its objectives, and its role in preparing future leaders in the company. The program is part of Gulf Air's Leadership Succession Planning, which the airline embarked on with the Bahrain Institute of Banking and Finance (BIBF) in July 2022. The program focuses on training the national carrier's highest caliber from different divisions of the company to prep them for succession of leading position. The main goal of the program is to contribute to the national economy and train some of the Bahraini talents in the kingdom. It provides entrepreneurs and access to a Bahrain ecosystem that includes different learning tools such as training programs and workshops. National companies continue to invest in Bahraini competencies, which is consistent with Bahrain's Economic Vision 2030, which allows distinguished cadres to assume leadership positions. Intensive efforts are progressing to contain the spread of insects and mosquitoes in Bahrain, for which special teams are working tirelessly to evaluate the situation and verify effectiveness. The Ministry of Health also said that the Malaria and Insect Control Group are continuing periodic campaigns, especially during breeding seasons, to ensure public health. The ministry said that many factors contributed to the spread of insects and mosquitoes, including climate change and illegal practices, noting that campaigns are ongoing to spread pesticides in various regions and governorates. The ministry further affirmed its keenness to continue implementing plans, programs, and initiatives for securing public health and safety for all citizens and residents. The ministry also confirmed continuing cleaning and disposing of waste work in all governorates of the kingdom. The General Secretariat of the Gulf Cooperation Council held a ceremony in Riyadh under the auspices of the Emir of Riyadh region and in the presence of the GCC Secretary General and the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Bahrain to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The GCC General Secretariat is celebrating this occasion with a ceremony at its headquarters in Riyadh as an expression of pride in the march and achievements of the Council over the last 42 years. The decision to establish the Council was not a spur of the moment, but was an institutional embodiment of a historical, social, and cultural reality, as the GCC countries enjoy deep religious and cultural ties, in addition to family intermingling among their citizens. In their entirety, there are factors of rapprochement and unification, reinforced by the geographical area extending across the coastal desert environment that embraces the inhabitants of the region, facilitated contact and communication between them, and created interdependence between the inhabitants of the GCC and homogeneity in identity and values. The 42nd anniversary of founding the GCC bloc comes amidst rapid changes and challenges, be it security, political, economic, environmental, and food security. This has necessitated stronger collaboration to address these pressing challenges and further reinforce the stability and progress of the GCC, which has been evident in the determination of the member states to focus on unifying their stances and deal with the international and regional developments with thorough deliberation. This year's anniversary comes while the Gulf citizen enjoys security and stability, feels proud of their gains and achievements, and extends a helping hand to their brothers and the whole of humanity. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia said it has decided to name an expansion project at the Grand Mosque in Mecca, Saudi Portico. The head of the presidency for the affairs of the two holy mosques, Sheikh Abdul Rahman As-Sudais, announced that the higher Saudi authorities have issued approval to name the Mataf expansion building project at the Grand Mosque as Saudi Portico. The building consists of 4 floors and has the capacity to accommodate 287,000 worshippers and 107,000 performers of tawaf per hour. As today said, the Saudi Portico, which surrounds the Abbasid Portico, features a much wider area that the Grand Mosque has not seen before. Saudi Arabia expects to host more than 2 million pilgrims this year for Hajj.